Okay, so this is the worst investment I have ever made, I think, in my life. Pretty close. Don't fall for this. 100% ripoff. Yeah. Um, don't buy it. First of all, you get it at Walmart, and it comes in this package with a scan code to activate it and reloadable debit MasterCard. It's over there on the banking side where you cash checks. This is the receipt, which is all faded because it's like back from April. Um, Really disappointing. Okay. So I was, I worked for a restaurant, and it was really funny if they gave you a payroll check. And I can't tell you the last time that I actually saw a payroll check. Um, that's like really kind of outdated, but that's what they would do. And you get like your tips every day because they would pool them amongst like 13 people, and 9 of them wouldn't even work. Um, and so, and they pay you a low wage and tipping wage. I think it was like $11 an hour or something. I was like, oh my God. And I mean, they even have a lower wage than that in this area. Last time I checked, it was like $6 or $8 an hour. And Cashmore was like the only one that paid like 10 an hour, like for bartenders and stuff. But yeah, even at the hotels. So anyway, so I waited in line. You know how that goes when you wait in line at the Walmart check cashing joint. And then I finally get up there, and I go to cash this paper check, hoping that I'll be able to cash it because we've run across that before. My daughter had a paycheck from a Subway when she was like 15, and Walmart wouldn't touch it. Nobody would touch that check. And we go to the bank right next to the restaurant, and it was like hell just to get that check cashed for like 1 or 2 shifts that she had there. And and then you have to pay a fee because you're not a member of that bank. So it's kind of a nightmare. And so anyway, I get up to the counter. I got this pretty good sized check, and I got stuff to pay: my car insurance, my phone time, some storages, and fill up the gas tank on the car, which cost horrendous. And so the lady, happily says, "Well, would you like, the Walmart One card?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want any credit card. I just want my money, please." You know, I hate when they do that. They always try to sell you a credit card, and it wouldn't be so bad except I don't know the person on the register. 2, I'm giving out a lot of personal information to do an application right there, okay, with other people listening. So you're giving out, like your social security number and all kinds of crap out loud, and that's not a cool thing. So anyway, plus it makes everybody wait in line. So I waited long enough, and I was like, "No, I don't want a credit card." And she's like, "We give it to you free today, if you want to, make a deposit to it." And I was like, "No." So then I said, the bad part is that, I got my Bluebird card, at the Walmart, and it was really handy to use online in that because you just put enough to make an online purchase, like at Amazon or something, and nobody's going to hijack that card because there's no money in it because you use it right then for whatever purchase you're going to do online. And so it makes it handy. I've used it for deposits for hotels. When we go to the casino, they want a $100 deposit uh, while you're there, and then it takes them about 2 weeks to give it back. So instead of giving them any of my other cards, I would just go put $100 deposit on, that Bluebird card at the nearest Walmart, and then hand them that card, for the check-in, so they can use it to hold 100. And so anyway, they'd no longer take deposits at Walmart for that card, and now you have to pay like a Green Dot card, like $4 or $5 to make a deposit, and you can't deposit anything less than like $20 or something, and so it's just kind of worthless. And Green Dot cards, they charge you every month for having money in there, too. And that's like, why? I'm not paying you to babysit my money. Because they make money. They make interest off all this money that gets deposited, you know. They're just kicking back. All these payroll checks that get deposited and all that stuff. They're making interest. So, you know, nothing's free. Trust me. My mother used to say that. Nothing's free. So, she said, oh no. She says that the Walmart One card replaced the Bluebird card. And I said, well, I mean, as far as I know, it still works because I just deposited to it like a month ago. And I put like $20 on it or something. I think because of what was it? I put $20 on it for some reason. To make a payment or something. But yeah, so anyway, you know, she says, oh no, but it's free. You know, it was free when she tried to offer it to me. And so she cashed my check, everything, and we were talking about that card and Bluebird afterwards. She'd already handed me my money. And she said, oh no, it's the replacement of the Bluebird card. And all the deposits are free. Just like with Bluebird. And I was like, really? And she said, yeah. She said, you know, it's really great. And I said, well, so what if I get one now? And she said, well, you'll have to pay for the card now because you didn't take it when I offered it to you free. And I was like, okay. And see, with the Bluebird card, I think it was like $4.95 to buy the card or $8 or something. And then your initial deposit of minimum of $20. And then they would credit you that back on your account once you started your account up, which you would do it on the computer. And you put all your information in and everything, and then they would mail you a card in like a month or two. And so, but you could use the card because the card inside the package, you know, like this card, you know, it had its numbers and everything on it, and it was validated. They gave you a new set of numbers on the computer or the app, and you could use those numbers, you know, to do any online transactions where that you enter the numbers in, and you don't need a card. And so that was real nice because, you know, if you wanted to use money, you could do it. I like prepaid cards, especially for traveling, because you can put, you know, hundreds of dollars on there and don't have to carry cash. And you know, use it for like gas cards on the way on a trip or something without having to carry cash. And, you know, it's safer. Plus, you know, it's restricted because you don't have that much money on it. And if anybody hijacks a number by, you know, being behind you with a backpack with a scanner thing in it to pick up credit card numbers, you know, and of course I never put a card in a fuel pump. Never. You know, then you're fairly safe, and they can only rip off what's left. So anyway, but they usually have a limit, you know, like it's usually like 500. I think I had one at one point that would take up to 2,000 in a deposit. But when we made a trip back home to California to see my daddy, I had like 4 prepaid cards I had bought and maxed them to like 500 each, so that we didn't have to worry about trying to get cash or go to ATMs or anything weird. We could just use the cards, you know, for like fuel mainly, you know, and that kind of thing. And so anyway, so I said, okay, I'll buy one then, if that's the replacement to the Bluebird. So I bought the card, and it was like it says on here, the dollar purchase price right here. It says dollar purchase price. I don't know if you see it. And then they charge you tax, and then they have you pay money for your deposit, and then they total that out with tax and everything. And so you always want to save your receipts on stuff like this, just like phone time cards for prepaid phone time. They used to have a law years ago that they couldn't charge tax on prepaid phone time because it wasn't taxable. And so anyway, so I got the card, and I put you know, a bunch of my payroll on there, just so I would have, you know, some reserve money. And, you know, I would just, you know, use it to, if I need to pay something online or purchase something, you know. And so, anyway, and being from Walmart, you figure, well, you know, that's a really good card. And it wasn't a credit card, it's just a cash card, you see. And so, I said, well, you know, I guess I have to up the times and get one of these. Well, and it says free unlimited cash reloads at Walmart. We've got you covered up to $200 overdraft protection. Earn up to $50 a year and 3% cash back. Walmart has all this stuff on it. So here's what happened. I go to activate this card, right? And you go on the website, or you try to use their app, which is Screwball. So you go on the website, because I like to Xerox everything that's technical, you know, important documents, and keep that for my own reference. And so they tell you to scan the code, scan this code on this package, you know, from your phone to start it, and then you end up going on the computer to fool with it. You have to download their app and all kinds of bullshit. But anyway, so then they ask you to enter your phone number. Then they want you to enter your text confirmation code to prove that's your phone number. Then they want you to do your identity with the last 4 digits of your social security number. Then you have to make a password for the card. You know, like a password, 4-digit number for your card so you can use it. Then you have to enter the card number that's like on the back. Okay. It says welcome to one, and then it has what looks like a real credit card number, and then a 3-digit CVC number, and it has an expiration of 2028. And so you enter that card number, and then the security code on the card, which I think was the CVC code, whatever it is. And then it tells you how much money you have, and then it has a plus $1. So that means they're going to refund the dollar back into your account in that moment, supposedly. Okay, supposedly. That's the catch, supposedly. And so, and then it says credit for purchases or purchase of the item, $1 plus. Then it says, once you click this button, this card will be deactivated. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And you can't go backwards, you can't go forwards. And I'm like, well, this is very, very strange. Why would they, you know, be wanting to deactivate the damn card I just bought? I don't like this at all. And then I thought, well, maybe they're just going to deactivate that card and that number and then just give you a new one right away, like they do on Bluebird. And so, and that way you can still use the card till your hard card comes. Because like Bluebird, it took like 2 months to get the damn card. And so, you know, they always go, yeah, I'll be there in 7 days. And it never is. So, you hit that button and it says, you know, then this card will be deactivated. Then they want you to go sign in again on the app. Enter your password and verify the password text. Then enter your password again. Then you enter your address. And then you go in there and it tells you your balance. And then I'm looking for the thing where it shows the card number. And all it does is say it will be, you know, mailed to you, but you already have one. And I'm like, I don't already have one. And so now I don't get this at all. How am I supposed to use this card if I want to use it? And this is back in April, mind you. Okay, this is September now. So anyway, I went round and round and round trying to reach them through the app and their website. And it's like you can't get a hold of anybody. I'm sending messages and trying to find contact us and trying to call them, and then you get the robot machine thing, and then finally I get some message about you already have a card that's activated. And it's like, no, I don't. And so they're like, just use that one. And then they ask you to boot up like your bank accounts to it and everything. I don't want to do all that because if somebody gets a hold of it, then they're going to hijack money out of your other accounts and just suck you dry. And I don't like to connect stuff together. The only one I would really trust to do that with is PayPal. But all this other stuff, I'm not interested in, hooking up an extra card for any reason. No. So anyway, I told the lady, I said, look, I don't have a card. I have money on here that I put in there from my paycheck. And how am I supposed to access it? Oh, well, you already have a card. I'm like, no, I don't. Well, you do, and it's been activated. I said, no. And so here's the deal. I had worked for Walmart. Now, they may have mailed a card to me that I never got, which I probably never got, or I had one but never activated, figuring it was a credit card because I don't want any credit cards. I don't do any of that. I grew out of that when I was a kid. I got in financial debt being stupid. And just having a blast with those cards. And then when you don't have the money to pay them, it's like you have this gigantic debt and you're like, I'm going to go to jail for $5,000 on credit card debt. So it's better not to have any. Plus, I had some of the best cards, and one of them was the Chevron card. I had that Sears Discovery card. I had an American Express. I think it was the gold one. I could literally buy a car with one of these cards, which I did twice. But like the Chevron card, I think it was 33% interest back then. And I couldn't latch on to the part of 33% interest, which means 33% of $100 is $33. That means if you charge $100 at Chevron, between filling your tank up and buying goodies or whatever in one visit, you are going to pay them back $33 on top of that. And a lot of those cards didn't have early payoff deals, where some of them would. Where I had a boyfriend once, he was like, he used his credit card for every single thing. I'm like, man, why do you do that? Interest is so high. I would only use a credit card for emergency. And he says, oh, it doesn't bother me. He said, I pay it off on the 30-day, and I don't pay any extra interest. And I was like, huh? Well, I don't want to take that risk either, man. If you fall down, like I did recently, then you're out of work and freaking you can't pay the bill, and it's just something else chasing you around. But in the meantime, I have looked all over. I have dug through boxes of paperwork, everything, and I can't find any envelope with a card. I don't recall ever activating any card when I worked at Walmart that looks like this, even, because I didn't need it. I got like 6 or 7 prepaid cards. They're just liquid cash. Like I say, I don't do credit cards. It's like I don't need any more, okay? And so, it really concerned me because I can't access this money. And also, the address that they claimed they mailed it to or something, or they had on the account apparently before or something, was an old address, and I don't get any of that mail. And so that concerned me too, because when I signed up for this account, I had picked a new address on there at the new P.O. box I got. And, that's where it was supposed to be mailed, this new card. But now they're saying they're refusing to mail it because I already have one and it's activated. I'm like, no, I don't. So send me a new card. Because I just put money on this card that I just bought, and I need my money. And so, anyway, I'm not real happy about it. I contacted Walmart. They won't do with anything because you know how that goes. Anything you buy that's prepaid, they aren't refunding poop, okay? Now, a lot of that was started years ago with like Walgreens and CVS, where people used to go in and buy like Green Dot cards and put like, $500 on that sucker, and then turn around and go out to their car and get on a computer, cash out that money, and then take the card and the receipt back in and say, I want a refund. And that's what was happening. So, they kind of stopped that crap where you had to wait like an hour for it to load, and they weren't going to give refunds on it and all that stuff. Just like with phone time. People say, oh, I don't need it. It doesn't work. And so they won't refund it, I bought a phone that they said worked. I checked on with the company, called them and everything. They said, yeah, it would work. And this was out in Elba. And I wanted to make sure that phone would work in that area. And then I also went to Walmart to look at the map for that phone service and everything. It was supposed to cover that area, everything. So I bought this phone and a phone card to start it up with. And let me tell you what, the damn phone would not work in that area. And I went to the local phone place, which was like an AT&T or something. And they said, oh, those phones won't work out here. That service does not work out here at all. And I said, well, I can't believe this company, and Walmart, the local Walmart sold me this bull crap. And she's like, oh, no, you should take it back. And I went round and round with Walmart about that. Like, why are you selling a phone for this area that doesn't work? And the map is invalid. And even the company is saying that it's supposed to work. And so I don't need it, And so I had a brand new phone card I couldn't even add to the phone because the phone wouldn't work, And so they would not, we went round and round and round. They didn't want to refund any of it. I got them to refund for the phone, which was like $50-$60, maybe, I don't know, maybe more. But they wouldn't refund the card. And I'm like, it wasn't even used. It's not even been scratched off, nothing. The phone does not work. And so they said, oh, no, we can't refund phone time. So I ate that. It was what, $30, $40, $50 phone time? I don't know. Oh, I was so mad, and I called and wrote that company and everything. I'm like, you have no business. You need to update your site. Your site said that, it would work. I even called you. And so I lost my money. Walmart wasn't going to give me the money back, and neither was that company. So, and real leery of that crooked crap. So anyway, I had called Walmart about this card, and I'm like, this card is junk. And I said, I can't even use it. My money's been on there since April. And it's junk, and I'd had the card about a month then, okay? Couldn't get a thing done. They said, oh, yeah, we'll send you a new card, to your new address. Never got that. Contacted a few more times after that, which was like hell to contact them. And they took and they're like, well, you have cards that's activated. I said, no, I do not. Because I don't recall having one. I've looked through every paperwork I have, figuring, well, maybe it's just in an envelope that I never opened, from when I worked for that company or something, because I would have no reason to activate that card. Okay, I would not like open the envelope and take it to Walmart and like put some money on it. Okay, I'm just not, I thought, well, maybe, I'm losing my mind. So I go through all the cards in my pocketbook, everything. I don't have any of those cards. Okay, no such creature. So anyway, and I thought, well, maybe I did activate one if they sent one to me, because they have this feature with Walmart where you supposedly can get paid immediately upon demand or something, by using something at the store. Maybe it was to have that card activated and they'd send it to you immediately. And then when I went in to try to do that, I remember doing something like that one day where I said, how do you do the Instapay thing on your payroll? And they were like, that doesn't work. And I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't work? That's what it tells you on the website for the corporate. And they're like, it doesn't work. And then I looked it up on the internet, and there was a lot of complaints where people couldn't get their payroll checks after they said they wanted the Instapay thing, and you have to go in the store to do it, and you initiate it and everything, and then you don't get it Instapay. It could be 3 days later. It's all screwballed up. And so I was like, oh, hell, I'm not even going to attempt that. So I backed out, and then I signed up for another company that handles the payroll, where I can get advances when I want, and then schedule my pay to be every week instead of every 2 weeks, which was really convenient. But yeah, I don't recall setting that card up at all, much less receiving it. But like I say, I could have, and it might still be an envelope never opened and never used, but I don't even have that address anymore, so it's a big mess. So anyway, still to this day, that card, that I don't have, and this one that's no good, okay, that came in the package, it doesn't even work. So I got a friend of mine, her dad had went and bought one at Walmart, and he's out of state, and put the Max on it for her. And she was trying to set up her account on the phone, and I saw her one night for hours sitting in the car, mad as hell, because she said, well, I got this money and I can't even get to it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she said, it's a Walmart card, and I'm like, really? I said, well, usually these companies, have to mail you the card and all that. And she said, I said, but with the Bluebird, you can access it immediately. They give you the actual number after you register all your stuff. They'll give you the actual number, and you can use it by hand for stuff. You just don't have a physical card. So, and the days have changed from where people used to be able to enter credit card numbers and all that stuff, punching it into a machine. It's all changed now. That was the old days, or when they called it in on the phone to get approval. And an approval code from a live operator and all that for someone to make a purchase. Those days are gone. So you're supposed to really have the card, and then the other option is to have Apple Pay by Apple Phone, which that's a scary thought. I don't know about all that. Or like you stick your phone up to the thing and it's supposed to, pay the bill. I just don't know about having a credit card on the phone thing like that, and somebody gets a hold of your phone or whatever. I think that's pretty scary too. But I mean, I haven't researched that too much, so I don't know. I could be wrong. So anyway, I have never got a card. I have never been able to access money. That girl couldn't access her money. And then I saw some video about how people were going into Walmart and pretending they were vendors and taking all the prepaid cards down and putting them in boxes and then leaving. And then they would copy them all or something and paste them back together and then come back and reload the display. And nobody ever questioned them. Which that's common. At Walmart, rarely do they question people. Even in the back warehouse, some screwball crap will be going on, and you're going like, there's some dude back here doing stupid crap, and so, when you get, a supervisor that comes over there, the first thing they'll say is, okay, who are you? Because people just walk into that warehouse. Who are you? And then they go, oh, I'm with such and such company. And they're like, okay, first of all, you're supposed to have ID and a shirt or a uniform from that company, and you're supposed to ask permission to be back in this warehouse. And it gets interesting. It gets interesting. But anyway, so, yeah. And then, you know how lame Walmart is. When you try to tell them something important or whatever, it takes like 5 people to get something executed and done. It's like my daughter and I were in one night, and I guess we're watching some lady that was cutting all the watches out of the packages. And right at the jewelry counter, they don't have jewelry people anymore, right? And this woman was just there. She went behind the counter, got some scissors, and then she was cutting all the ties off, the engine ties off that hold the watch in the package, and just taking all the watches out and hijacking them. Right there at the jewelry counter, like 10 or 12 watches on a row. Boom, under the cameras. Just going at it. And it was like, what the hell? And you tell one, they tell another. It just takes them forever. Then they find you in the store like 20 minutes later and go, okay, so where are they? And it's like, man, I walked your manager over there and showed them this person while they were in action. You have video cameras. I mean, why are you coming to me, 20, 30 minutes later and asking me about it? It's like, not my job, man. Right? Like, I'm not paid to work here. But anyway, so, yeah, messy. But anyway, so who knows? I don't know if it affected this particular card or how that goes, and there was a change they made. I don't know. But let me read you some of this stuff because I was reading it later. You should really read stuff. Ingredients to stuff and read stuff before you commit. And hear and don't believe everything they say. So, like on this card, okay, it says reloadable debit MasterCard, free unlimited cash reloads at Walmart. Earn up to $50 a year, 3% cash back at Walmart. We've got you covered up to $200 overdraft protection. And that's one of the inserts that are in that package, okay? You'll see this package, at the checkout thing. The little card and everything over at the check cashing center, okay? And then it says scan to activate or go to the One app to get started. Okay? I don't like that scan stuff. It says the dollar purchase price, no monthly fees after first reload. Use everywhere debit MasterCard is accepted. So that's what it says on this first thing. Now on the back, here be the back. There's the back. So on the back, it then says debit card inside, but not a gift card. And then it says how to activate your card. Load an initial $20 to $500 with a one-time 3% load fee at checkout. So 3%, if you put $100 on there, it's going to be $103 because 3% of 100 is $3. It's amazing how a lot of people don't understand percentage. Think of it as money, and you'll figure it out. And it says scan the QR code and submit your application or visit the website to get started. Add direct deposit to unlock benefits like earning 3% cash back at Walmart, early paydays, and more. And see, I'm not doing that. I just wanted to get a cash card. I'm going to hook a bunch of stuff together. And then it says full one benefits are not available until your application is approved. A valid phone number and email address are required for application. And it says a $5 monthly fee will be applied 15 days after purchase and then every month until you apply or are approved for the one account or make an additional deposit. So that means they're hijacking my money every month since April and I can't access it. So they're just using my money up. And they won't make good on the deal. And then it says to receive the 3% cash back, eligible customers at the time of their purchase must have received 500 or more of eligible direct deposits in the previous month, or number 2, have a total balance of 5,000 or more. 3% cash back is limited to up to $50 per year. $50 per year. You ready for that? And applies only to purchases made at United States Walmart locations or on Walmart.com. And see, they will always tell you at Walmart that Walmart is not associated with Walmart.com, that it is a separate entity. And then this promotion may not be combined with the other one promotions that offer cash back on purchases at Walmart. Terms apply. See the One app promo terms. Now they just contradicted what they wrote on the front. Okay. Right there. It's like there's supposed to be some different card you're supposed to buy. This is all they sell. So it says, with eligible direct deposits totaling at least $500 in the previous month, must be 18 or older to receive overdraft protection. Overdraft balance is due right away. Transactions eligible for overdraft protection are determined by 1. See terms for details. Which, see, that's going to be on their website. They're not going to put it on this card. Okay, and then number 3, one-time fee of 3% of deposit will be deducted from the initial credit card loading. Okay, that's the first time you load it. Free subsequent deposits at Walmart locations. Direct deposit may be available up to 2 days in advance, but depends on when your employer sends paycheck. The problem is you got to have a card. So it doesn't make a difference when they send the direct deposit, because they have to send you the real card first, because this piece of garbage is no good and invalid because they make you click it when you sign up for it, that it deactivates the card instantly. So, and look at me. It's September now, and I got this in April. I put my payroll check money on here, and I can't even touch it, and I could sure use it right now. I could get something to eat. I could put a few dollars gas in the car. You know what I mean? But I can't do anything because I can't even access this stupid money. And then it says, let's see. One is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services provided by Coastal Community Bank, a member of FDIC. Yeah, they're freaking crooks. And it says MasterCard International Incorporated. It says expiration, is 2028. So I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, don't buy one. Don't even do this. Don't make the mistake that I have made, a really bad investment to get absolutely nothing. Okay? Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Don't fall for that. They have like hundreds of them right there when you go to cash check in the cashing center at Walmart's. Don't get this. Do not get it. You're wasting your time and your money, because you'll never be able to touch that money until they mail you a new card. You will not be able to use the account for any reason. And it's the worst replacement of the Bluebird card I've ever seen in my life, because you could use the Bluebird right away. As soon as you registered it, they would give you the brand new card number that they were going to mail to you, right across your phone or your computer. So you could use it, like online, enter it online or something, yeah. At least you'd be able to use it. So, don't do it. I feel like a dum-dum. I freaking fell for that. And I still can't get a damn card. Yeah, I'm like, well, I don't have that address, so I don't know when you sent it. I don't have it. I've never activated a card that I know of. So, just send me a new one. I mean, any other card company is going to do that anyway. If you call them and go, look, I lost my card, deactivated or whatever, for whatever reason. It was stolen, I don't know. You just send another card. That's the way it's been done forever. And it's usually not a problem, because it happens all the time. People lose cards all the time. They leave them places. I can't tell you how many cards running the trains, how many people left credit cards on the trains from sitting down on the trains. And if I didn't take once a week to the bank, when I made the deposits every day, I would put them in an envelope. These were left behind, at such and such location in, Destin, Florida. And I would just put it in an envelope and put it in the night drop. So that way, they can call that customer if they don't know where that card's at and say, hey, by the way, your card was night dropped in an envelope by somebody. So let's go ahead and deactivate your card and set you up with a new one. And there are some banks that'll make you a new card on the spot. Regions, they make you a new card when you start your account. And then, what's the other one? I think Hancock Whitney will make you a card on the spot. I can't remember how it goes. But anyway, so yeah, which is really convenient. Otherwise, you know, they have to do overnight and all that other crap, and or you wait a month to get another replacement card and you have no card. And it's really bad if you're traveling or something. Say you go to Europe and you've lost your damn card. You know, it creates a huge problem if all you do is live off credit card. So, anyway, I just wanted to forewarn you, do not get one of those cards. Don't do it. You've wasted your money, and the only way to use that money you put on that card that you buy at Walmart is when they send you the new card. There's no other way to utilize that money for any reason. I have trying to transfer it out to see if I could send it to one of my other accounts or something. I've tried everything. Just use it some way, somehow. Everything, and it won't let me do it. I have to have a card. You believe that? So, I'm so done. I've called them several times. I'm getting nothing done, and Walmart's not going to refund me either. So there you have it. So, I'm just giving you fair warning. It was one of the worst investments I've ever made in my life. I feel like a bozo. I fell for that. And it's really pitiful because it's coming from Walmart. You know what I mean? From Walmart. This is like a billion dollar company. $1 billion company. They sold it again, and it's supposed to be an Oriental dude that owns it. And that's why they're upgrading and bringing high-end stuff in now and doing all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah. So don't fall for that. Don't do it. Do not do it. I'm telling you. You will not be able to touch your money, use it in any way, or if you're trying to help somebody, do not buy that card. Because they cannot touch that money until the other one is mailed to them. And just like any other company, they're going to go, it takes 7 days. And you'll be lucky to see that card in freaking like 3 weeks to 2 months or never at all. Okay? Yeah. It's been since April. It is now September. Okay? 2024. That's some stuff. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Be kind to a stranger. Don't waste your money like I did. Trust in somebody. Can't be trusted, right? Love you.